I want to taper off the military aid within the next 10 years.
That would be a very dramatic shift.
We kept, as you say, American military support to the tune of $3.8 billion a year. Much appreciated. So now in my visit with President Trump, I said, we very deeply appreciate the military aid that America has given us over the years, but here too we've come of age.
So that's an interview with the Economist, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did, where he made the shocking claim that American military aid to Israel should be tapered off to zero over the next decade. Is he being honest? If so, why would he want the aid to stop? Before we get into more of it, Cenk, your 2 cents here.
Yeah, this is a trick, so don't get fooled by it. They definitely want the aid. They're gonna ask us for an enormous sum of money. And then they're gonna pretend, oh, don't worry, 10 or 20 years later, we might ask for less. Wink. So we'll give you the facts on what they're doing here, and then I'll explain the rest of the trick and how, of course, we should give them this sum instead. Zero. We owe Israel absolutely nothing. Okay, but let's give you the facts on what they're doing on the ground.
Yeah, under the current US-Israel Memorandum of Understanding that expires in 2028, America gives Israel $3.8 billion in military aid every single year, not including the supplemental aid we've sent over the past several years. American aid makes up about 15% of Israel's defense budget. Show you how that looks. Since 1946, we've given Israel over $300 billion, adjust the numbers for inflation, in total economic and military assistance, more than any other country. But Netanyahu says it's finally time for Israel to stand on its own. Here's his reasoning.
We've come of age and we've developed incredible capacities. And in our economy, which will soon reach, certainly within a decade, it'll reach about $1 trillion. It's not a huge economy, but it's not a small economy. So I want to taper off the military aid within the next 10 years. That's not saying that I don't want to fight for the allegiance and support of the American people. I do. You have to be crazy not to. And it's something deep. It's not.
You want to taper it off to zero within 10 years?
Yes.
That would be a very dramatic shift.
Well, it's in the works.
He also suggested tapering aid could help improve public perception of Israel. I'd like to do everything I can to fight the propaganda war waged against us, Prime Minister said. In the wake of those comments, Senator Lindsey Graham, arguably the biggest Israel defender in Congress, is saying that the termination of military aid should actually be expedited. Graham says, I will always appreciate allies who are trying to be more self-sufficient and believe that given what the Prime Minister said, we need not wait 10 years. The billions in taxpayer dollars that would be saved by expediting the termination of military aid to Israel will and should be plowed back into the US military, which is the best in the world and in great demand. Graham said he's been presenting a proposal, he will be rather, presenting a proposal to Trump soon. Except Graham said the polar opposite thing literally less than a week ago. In an interview with the Jerusalem Post, he argued this. Some in Israel, I think including Prime Minister Netanyahu, think these days that Israel should downgrade the next MOU when it comes to the dependence on the US. Big mistake. The day it is seen in Washington that you really don't need us is a big mistake. The people you're trying to please will never be pleased. So why the sudden change, some are asking? Well, it's also worth noting that other reporting suggests Israel has no intention of letting American aid go. Axios reported this back in November. You see it there. Israel seeks a 20-year military aid deal with the United States with America First tweaks. So Cenk, it's very schizophrenic. It's all over the place here. What gives? What's going on?
Yeah, so they changed talking points, that's why. And Lindsey Graham's a great example because he will literally say whatever the Israeli government orders him to say. So 5 days ago, they were ordering him to say, I appreciate that Israel doesn't want as much money because they're such wonderful humanitarians. But I think it is in the best interest of America to give them the maximum amount of money. And they're like, hey, Lindsey, we're changing the talking point. We're gonna pretend we're not gonna take as much. And so you go say, oh, we're gonna taper it off and stuff. Meanwhile, we're gonna take the same amount. And then when that 10 years is up, we're gonna take even more, right? So, but here's a new talking point. Oh, yeah, rough. Yeah, there you go. Now, just put it in your language. Dog, go out there. So the dog comes out and goes, ruff, 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 ruff. Oh, we will taper off, of course. I mean, give everything to Israel, but we will taper off, and so it'll seem like it is less. Okay, so that's what's happening. Total, utter propaganda. Good news is Netanyahu's become like Trump. He just can't stop saying the things that are top of his mind, right? So before he's like, we are going to buy TikTok for Israel. But remember, we don't control the media. Oh, okay. Hey, we are going to order America to do this, and if you don't, you're all anti-Semites. But we don't control anything. Anyways, so now he said it. Sharon read the quote to you guys. This is so they could fight the propaganda war. He didn't say this is so that Israel could be better off in the long run as an independent country. He said, so we can fight the propaganda war. So it's just a change in talking point. There's no scenario under which Israeli leaders are not going to want to rob us. All right, it's time for New Year's resolutions. We all make them, but I'm not making any big flashy resolutions that are going to crash and burn by February. My reset is much simpler. It's about giving myself a break in the kitchen. Not by eating less, don't be crazy. But let's be honest, thinking about what to eat, shopping for it, cooking it, it's a drain. And when you're drained from cooking, you can't focus on the work that matters, and that's the work right here. That's where Cook Unity comes in. It's been my way of cheating. Like I have a personal chef. I'm very fancy that way, please. But without the insane cost. Restaurant quality meals on my schedule. So I ordered a bunch of things that I loved. So we got the pepperoni naan pizza. I love pepperoni pizza, I love naan. You put it together, it's genius. Golden chicken schnitzel. It's schnitzel, but it's golden. Okay, this stuff is all so good. New Orleans shrimp and grits. They have sausage in there too, love it. And that's my point, guys. These aren't boring and repetitive meals. These are all-star chefs, Food Network alum, and James Beard winners. Handpicking seasonal ingredients and balancing bold flavors with nutrition. Every meal is a small batch masterpiece delivered fresh, never frozen. It makes hitting wellness goals effortless because a nutritious, incredible meal is ready in minutes. No shopping, no cooking, no cleanup. You can browse by chef, by cuisine, filter macros to the gram, not a thing I would do, but you could. And it's way less than takeout or even grocery store prices. Plus their packaging is part of a reusable, eco-friendly program. You can't ask for more. Taste comfort and craftsmanship in every bite from the award-winning chefs behind Cook Unity. Go to cookunity.com/TYT or enter code TYT before checkout to get 50% off your first order. That's 50% off your first order by using code TYT or going to cookunity.com/TYT. And if I say robbery, oh, boo-hoo, no, you can't say that. Well, we just showed you the chart. They've taken over $300 billion off of us. And if you say, well, no, that helped America. Great. You know what? I'd be happy to agree with you. So if it helps the country that gave it instead of received it, then great. Israel can give us $300 billion. That way, that'll help Israel tremendously. I mean, that's what the Israelis say, right? The ones that are giving the aid are better off. So Israel, why don't you give us a memorandum of understanding where we get our money back? Oh, no way, you anti-Semites, you owe me. You are disgusting anti-Semites for wanting your $300 billion back. Okay, so then it doesn't help the country giving the money. Okay, so are they gonna ask for about, before, look, there was a report that Sharon showed you from Axios. That was 20 billion, but not just 20 years, but not just 20 years. They're like, the 4 billion we're getting now, that's just not enough. We're gonna need a lot more than that, right? And it's in the story. So I was assuming that they'd go for about 5 billion over 20 years, that's another $100 billion. And there's sticker shock involved with $100 billion. They're gonna get it anyway, they figure. So they're like, oh, well, 20, we got a little greedy there. Okay, we're losing the propaganda war. We'll go back to 10 like we did. Why am I giving you a 10-year guarantee? No other country gets a 10-year guarantee. What if you elect Hitler in year 8? Or what if you already have a guy that acts a lot like him now? Why do I have to give you 10 years of guarantees when I don't even know what you're gonna do? Well, that's because if you don't, I'm gonna say you hate Jews and I'm gonna ruin your life. Oh, wow, that seems like a compelling point. So no, guys, memorandum of understanding should be $0. There is no such thing. It's an invention of Israel to take more money off of us. And by the way, the country that came in second there was Egypt, right? Oh, you say, wow, that's a Muslim Arab country, so it seems, no, Egypt made a peace deal with Israel. The only reason we give them money is so they will not attack Israel and they'll be good, loyal servants of Israel. So when you take Egypt and Israel put together, oh my God, it dwarfs every other country combined. And that's how much our politicians work for Israel and not us. So whatever our politicians say at the end is guaranteed to be maximum helpful to Israel and screw over the American people to the best of their abilities. So the only question is, what's the best marketing for it? If we call it 40 billion or 30 or 50 billion, can we shove it down the throat of the American people with the help of almost all of American media and all of the American politicians? Or have the people in America woken up enough that whether it's 40 billion or 100 billion, we're gonna go, no, brother, we don't know you a goddamn thing. And you keep talking like this, and we should start a conversation about you paying us back.
Yeah, it seems that with more and more people starting to come around to that position, that the other way to win the propaganda war is to control more and more access or limit more and more access to journalists.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.